Hey guys, so we're on a stroll, gonna do a little fishing, trying a little Dave Canterbury, what we call a little bushcraft fishing outfit. Very cool. I've made a lot of modifications to this one. I'll do a video on it. First I want to try it out before I even do a video on how to make it and stuff. So here's the river, big one. It's actually the Cowichan River, Vancouver Island. So we're gonna go down around the corner. I used to fish this loop quite a bit. It's a fun little loop to fish. So, yeah. Camera here. So what I've done is I'm fishing what they call a metric spinner, chrome. Yeah, we'll go from there. So one of the upgrades I did, I've seen lots of PVC ones, and I didn't like how everybody's storing their hook on the outside. So what I did is I cut that little notch in there, so you can now stick your lure inside, which I have all the bait and all the good stuff in there, like so. Put your cap on, and you're ready to go. And you can really just put the elastic band right over the elastic band right over the top of it. There you go. Okay. So pull out the metric, cap back on. I do like the arm throw better than Dave Canterbury style. You actually get some pretty good distance on it. You know, that gets down there in that pool. It's a deep pool. Lots of minnows and feed look like in here. Lots of minnows, lots of food. So, on the move again. Working great. Switched up to a bobber technique. A little slip line. I'll try some natural baits. When I get this fully perfected, the system, like I can cast the entire river. I'm really impressed how this casts and how it retrieves. I do like the fact it's a 2-inch, inch and a half. ABS. It's a little bit bigger, so you can retrieve a little quicker with each wind. You get a little more on each wind. Yeah. So, but I mean, the compactness is awesome. You know, you can be up and ready and go. You can put it in your back pocket and walk along. It's got a good lanyard. Like I said, I'll do a good little video of how I made it. I think I'm totally for sale. I'm just totally sold on this thing. I'll tag Dave Canterbury's video on it, and that way you guys can see the original, and then maybe you can take a look at mine, and you can see that it's a little bit cheaper. It cost me about $10 to make. And that's like including line, you know. For line I'm running 17-pound Berkeley XT, the extra tough type. It's a green monofilament. The reason I went 17 pound instead of like an 8 pound or something like that is because you're gonna be working it through your hands all the time. And you know, on some of the rivers I fish, you can catch, you know, 24-inch rainbow, that kind of stuff. And I mean, that's fine. You can use an 8 pound line if you want, but your hands, if you got a good day fishing, man, your hands are gonna take a beating trying to get that line in and out. You know, that's why you always see the guys that do a lot of line fishing, hand fishing, they're using 30+ pound because it's so thick, it doesn't cut into their hands. So I went 17 pound extra tough, and it seems really nice. It's a good, nice feel, easy to tie knots with, not too stiff. Casts really well. I mean, I hope you guys can see that. I mean, I'm still learning, so I buggered up a few, but it's awesome. I also have, once I get this kit worked out, I got, you know, some power bait stuff in there, but I have a little, like a 5x3 Plano box in my pocket full of spoons and lures and hooks and spare stuff, but eventually I'll get it just narrowed right down to everything's inside this. I'm going fishing, if I'm going trout, bass, panfish, anything, this is coming with me. And I'm going to try to just slowly, except for salmon season in the rivers, this will be my basically bushcraft and everything. I can see casting 50 yards easy with, you put a 1/2-inch egg sinker on it and you're going to do some bottom fishing. I could cast 50 yards easy with that. No problem. So we'll tune in when the next spot and see what's going on. So we're at another spot. I gotta say, one of the major pluses, the fishing style that I go through a lot of bush. This is an amazing system for going through the bush because you got no rod to try to weave through the trees. Man, you can just motor through the bush. It's really quite impressive. So you can see, like, that was like 25 yards. You know, that was easy. I mean, there's two little split shots and a bobber on there. You know, I mean, if you were bottom fishing at a lake or something like that, and you threw on a 1/2-ounce egg sinker, man, you could rip this thing. Because you're bottom fishing, it doesn't matter, right? I'll do a couple more casts for you, and then I'll shut off the camera, and hopefully everything goes right. I'll hook into a fish and either show you the fish or show you the fight itself. I'm really curious to see what it'd be like fighting a fish on this system. Again, first day I've used this, and you can see how easy it is to cast. That one wasn't as good. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. Beautiful day. On the drive in, the radio said it's like probably 9 in the morning now. They said it was already 18, 19 degrees. I think it's supposed to get up to like 26. Man, where else would you rather be? There we go. Right out into the meat of it. I love summer fishing too. No waders, go in sandals. Work on your suntan or your farmer's tan, depending on if you like taking your shirt off. Okay, So, switched over to a gold blue fox, and we got ourselves a little, probably a trout, don't know what kind. This is a blast catching it by hand like this. I don't know how big it is. It actually feels like a decent size, you know. We'll see what happens when it gets up nice and close. Actually, it's quite a nice size. Oh, it came off. Came off, saw me. But one of the reasons is because in BC, you have to be barbless. Now, I pinch the barb as soon as the hook goes on the line. I've had conservation officers look through my tackle box and there's barbed ones there, and that's what I tell them. He says they can only find you for the one on the line. So, pinch one line. In a survival situation, if I'm buggered and I need food, that barb ain't getting pinched. I don't care what's out there. But, we're talking just a little lure, and I can bomb it. I'm shocked at how far you can cast with this thing. Just a little lure. I'm going to step this way a bit. Just a little lure. If you can see that. Oh, and I buggered it up right away. That was a beautiful fish. I bet you that was a 12, 13-inch rainbow. You know, they're loving the blue fox. Again, still learning. Absolutely learning, but this is how you cast it for sure. There's no, like Dave Canterbury, maybe if you're in tight bush and you're fishing for a little panfish. But there we go. Look at that. 3/4 of the way across the river, into the shadow. That was neat. That was really neat having that 12, 13 inch. It was a decent sized fish. Like, I was shocked. It's because it's barbless, it's very tricky keeping the tension on. Another reason why I was so leery about going to like an 8-pound test, because you're not going to be able to play them that well. You know, you don't have a rod to suck up all that energy when they try to run. That one was no good, but we'll fish it anyways. Something bit there, threw me off on my, there we go. Oh no, that's bottom. Fun, fun. I'll edit most of this out. But I mean, you know, the lure's working, everything's working. Like I said, the only thing that I'm finding, the reeling style, you get a hot spot on your fingers. So, make sure you keep wetting your hand. Still screw it up. Screw it up a lot, let's say. Trying to have that light touch. Again, not a very good one. No. Fish on this time, I'm a little more set. It's hard to tell if it's big. It feels like about the same size as the last one. Hit real aggressive. I'm trying to keep a lot of line tension on them. That's the biggest thing about learning with it. So glad I went with 17 pounds, because you're talking heavy current right here. Oh, we're getting close now. Oh yeah, this is a big fish. There's the big fish. A big fish. That's a big brown trout. That's probably 17, 18 inches long. Gold blue fox. Dave Canterbury style fishing thing. That is lunch. Beautiful. Just beautiful.